This creature suddenly jumps into water and commits suicide. But the terrifying part is that it isn't making that decision on its own. Something else has hacked its brain and taken control. It sounds like the plot of a science fiction horror movie, but it is completely real. And the name of this mysterious creature is the hair worm. In today's video, we'll discover how does this thin thread-like creature control the mind of its host? Why does it force crickets and grasshoppers to commit suicide? And how did it become known as one of nature's most terrifying mind controllers? At first glance, a hairworm looks nothing more than a piece of thread or a strand of hair floating in water. Its body is so thin that from a distance, it looks just like a human hair. That is exactly where the name hairworm comes from. But hidden inside this harmless-looking creature is a horrifying ability. Adult hairworms usually live in ponds, streams, and other freshwater habitats. However, the fascinating part is this. Although their young hatch in water, they grow to adulthood inside the land-dwelling insects, and that is where their bizarre life cycle begins. The larvae of the hairworm first wait in the water. When a small aquatic creature or insect swallows the larva, it enters that animal's body. Later, the infected creature is eaten by a cricket, katydid, or grasshopper. This is how the hairworm reaches its true host. Once inside, a terrifying transformation begins. The parasite slowly grows inside the host's body. In some cases, it becomes several times longer than the host itself. Imagine that. Inside the body of a small cricket, a worm several inches long is coiled up and growing. Yet the insect remains alive and continues its normal daily activities. But the hairworm's real game has not even begun yet. According to scientists, once the hairworm reaches adulthood, it faces a problem. It can reproduce only in water, but it is trapped inside a land-dwelling insect. So how does it get back to the water? This is where one of nature's strangest strategies appears. The hairworm begins influencing the host's nervous system and behavior. Research has shown that this parasite releases certain chemical substances that can alter the behavior of the infected insect. The result? An insect that would normally avoid water suddenly becomes attracted to it. It is as if an invisible force is giving it commands. Then comes the most horrifying moment. The infected cricket or grasshopper slowly moves towards a pond, river, or other body of water, and then it jumps in against its own survival instincts.
It is essentially a form of suicide because most land-dwelling insects cannot survive after falling into water. But for the hairworm, this was the plan all along. As soon as the host enters the water, the worm emerges from its body. In many cases, observers can see a long black worm slowly exiting the host. The sight is so bizarre that many people cannot believe it the first time they see it. What is even more astonishing is this. A hairworm can sometimes grow to more than 30 centimeters or over 12 inches in length. That means it can be many times larger than the insect in which it has been living. For decades, scientists have been trying to understand exactly how this parasite controls the brain of its host. Although the full mystery has not yet been solved, researchers believe that hairworms chemically alter the host's nervous system and make it strongly attracted to water. It is considered one of the most complex examples of parasite-induced behavioral manipulation found in nature. There is, however, one reassuring fact for humans. Although hairworms look frightening, they cannot live inside the human body. They are considered almost completely harmless to humans and other large mammals. Their primary targets are crickets, grasshoppers, and other small arthropods. So, if you ever see a hairworm in water, there is no reason to panic. But the question remains, how can a thin worm control the behavior of an entirely different creature? How can it force its host to do something that ultimately leads to its own death? Many of these questions remain unanswered even today, and that is exactly why the hairworm continues to be known as one of the strangest and most terrifying parasites on Earth. Sometimes, nature creates things that seem even more unbelievable than a horror movie, and the hairworm is one of the best examples. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and let us know in the comments, have you ever heard of an animal that can force its host to commit suicide? In the next video, we'll bring you another mysterious and unbelievable creature from the natural world. Thanks for watching.